Morning everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about pre-formulation studies. Okay. So what's pre-formulation and what is concept? So the prior to the development of the different dosage forms like tablet, capsules, injections, which are major dosage forms, it's essential that certain physical and chemical properties. So what's physical properties like appearance and all that things, and in chemical properties we will see about drug compatibility studies, like whenever we are making an solution or any tablets or anything. So we need to use an API along with excipients. Okay. So here it's mentioned that a certain fundamental physical and chemical properties of the drug molecule and other derived properties of the drug powder are determined. Okay. So here this is the first learning phase. Like uh, it's the first phase for pre-formulation. Before making a formulation, we use it. Okay. Generally, it's using formulation and development department in the pharmaceutical industries. So, why pre-formulation is important? First, to form desired quality dosage from like tablet capsules. Next, to achieve high degree of uniformity, physiological availability, and therapeutic qualities. Yeah, so, what is therapeutic qualities like? We need to get good APIs. Next, to develop an optimum dosage form. What's an optimum dosage form? We need to give good dosage form. Like it may be tablets, capsules, or anything. Next, for targeted drug delivery systems. So, drug delivery system is of two types. One is conventional dose drug delivery system, another is targeted drug delivery system. So, the drug in targeted drug delivery system, the drugs will release in a particular place where it needs to work. Okay. Next, for patient compliance. Patient compliance will, in case of baby, we need to give a syrup. So tablet capsules are not recommended. So this is to be determined. Okay. Next, to minimize cost of finished product. So despite of giving any good products, we need to see also the cost. Okay. So cost should be within a range so that people will buy it, or in there will be any market value. Next, to minimize errors in formulation of dosage form. In this phase, we always determine like drug compatibility studies and all that things. Okay. So next is physical properties. So in physical properties, there are generally three terms like particle size, polymorphism, salt. So what it affects the structure and stability of the formulation. That may also alter the bioavailability of the drugs from the dosage form. So physical properties of the drug are important in the dosage form design. So what's the bioavailability? The amount of drug that's available in our system in circulation after ADM. Okay. So next, physical properties. First, it's particle size. So what's particle size? First, it will come to very small particles which are important in very low dosage form with high potency. The largest particle populations are necessary that ensures uh, adequate blend homogeneity and for whose aqueous solubility is poor, and drug ready is directly proportional to surface and dissolution. Okay. So what's dissolution? Dissolution means in vitro, like in pharmacology we'll come to know about in vivo and in vitro. In vitro means outside the body, within the body temperature, within the pH of system, pH of blood, pH of stomach, all that things. You have to do it outside with the dissolution apparatus in the lab. Okay. Next, commercial powders consist of aggregation of small particles, and particle size is usually denoted as coarse powder, fine powder, very fine powder. So what's coarse powder? It's rough particles, and again coming to very fine powder, we will come to uh, know about the powder range. Okay. Next, coming to physical properties in aerosols. Here the particle size is 0.5 to 4 microns, which is good or optimal. Next, particle size is an important parameter in determining sedimentation or rate of settlements in suspension and emulsions. That may be O by W, W by O. Oil in water, water in oil. Next, the simplest method for small quantities is microscope. So, the simplest method, like you can see also Fulton counter method, and whatever small particles are there, that they should be visible with a microscope. Okay. So next to partition coefficient, next properties. Okay. Under physical properties, it's when a solute is taken with two immiscible liquids, solute itself distribute in the liquids in such a way that the concentration solute in the both the liquids will be constant temperature. Okay. So if we are using solute and solvent, both are used to make a solution. So when it's mixed with two immiscible liquids, so solute itself distribute in liquids in such a way that the concentration of the solute in the both liquids will be at constant temperature. So here a parameter is there, that's temperature. It should be constant. So here one example is there and one formula is there to determine partition coefficient. C1 and C2 are concentration of substance solvent 1 and 2. So the distribution coefficient of partition coefficient determined at K is equal to C1 by C2. So partition coefficient of a drug are helpful in the study of its absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination, like ADME, whatever is there. Okay. So next, coming to polymorphism. So what's polymorphism? It's the ability of the compound to crystallize as more than one distinct crystalline species with different internal lattice, and different crystalline forms are called polymorphs. And these are of two types. One is enantiotropic, another is monotropic. Okay. Or simply polymorphism can be defined as the ability of the drug or compound to crystallize or available in more than one dosage form.